Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora of Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Welcome, sir.
Morning.
It's a great day.
Every day's a great day here.
We've had a little bit of rain.
Yep.
And it's just
It's good.
going to be hot.
We still have August to go.
It's going to
What
be.
would normally be the dog days, we have all through July. I don't know how many 100 days there were, but too many.
Yeah, too many for sure. How's things in the real estate world?
It's still busy. Still busy. People are still looking to come here from other places, those that have been able to sell their homes where they are. I mean, a lot of these other markets, we haven't seen it here. We're kind of a trailing indicator anyway. And but some of these other markets are hurting. And the interest rates, because the price, the average house in the country is like $440,000. That's the average price. So you add another 5.5% to that for your monthly mortgage payment and your gas, your utilities, your insurance, all the different, your day-to-day expenses that the 9% inflation is affecting. That's a big hit. So the other markets have slowed down quite a bit, and that was what the Fed wanted. The Fed used the housing market to slow down inflation, because if people aren't buying houses, then all the things we talk about that go with buying a house, the carpets, the cabinets, the windows, doors, everything that goes on with that isn't happening. Now, the people that make those things, they're the ones who end up getting laid off. That will slow the economy down, and that's what will cause the recession. And there's just numbers, can't help it.
I had a nice long conversation with a friend of mine. It's a mortgage broker. He lives down in Hot Springs Village, but they're a nationwide broker. And I asked him, I said, well, how is your business? He said, I am still as busy as I was 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why is that? With the interest rates changing, what do you see is going on in your side of the world? He said, right now we are doing a great number of refis. And what people are doing is they're taking second mortgages. They're dealing a lot with homes in California and on the East Coast, on the West Coast. We're doing a lot of refis over there, and they're taking that money, taking that principal out, the equity. They're taking that money and paying cash for a secondary home elsewhere. So now of course their payment goes up on their primary home, but they're only allowed to they're only doing like 80% of true value.
Yeah.
So they're taking that equity and they're going and buying a smaller or a less expensive home in states like Arkansas and Texas and Florida.
And it's been the case for a number of years.
And
since
they're doing all
COVID.
that. And he's saying, as busy as they are, he doesn't look for that to change anytime soon. I said, well, what about the customary market, the normal market? He said, things have absolutely slowed down there, but we still are seeing the number of loans they're making in the state of Arkansas is still staying about level because of the fact that people are still wanting to come here.
Yeah.
Other markets are still able to sell a lot, so they're still coming in this area.
Yeah. And that's what's saving us right now, is people still want to come here.
But we have a lot to come too.
Exactly, Bob. We do. Schools, hospital, library, quality of life, 3 rivers, 2 lakes, all the things that bring people here to begin with, they're still going to bring people here. And they can get a much better quality of life for a lot less money here than they can where they're at. And that's what we're seeing. These people that are coming from Colorado, California, Texas, pick a state, any state. Drive down 62 and you'll see places from all over the place. And those people, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that quality of life that they're not getting where they are. And that's our bread and butter, is people coming here. They're not second homes, they're leaving. They're leaving where they are to come here. Can't blame them.
Can't blame them at all. My wife and I took a couple of our grandkids to Oklahoma a few weeks ago, and she makes these envelopes for games for them to play, get them off the iPads and off their phones.
Sure, good.
They play these games, and one of the games she had was find 10 license plates other than Arkansas. As we're driving down I-40. We thought that would take a while. That game was over in 10 minutes.
We made it through Yellville.
We made a little further than Yellville, but it's how quick you see. You know, we were thinking, well, this will be a nice long one. At that, we'll stop for lunch somewhere. About, no, 10 minutes, done.
Yeah.
Next game.
Next one. And people are still traveling. We were down in Little Rock over the past weekend, and in Greenbrier, gas was $3.75. One of them was $3.69. I don't know why they're that much cheaper than we are, but people are still traveling.
Yeah, you know, the thought was, well, gas is going to be $4 a gallon. Nobody's going to want to travel. They're not going to go anywhere. The tourism is going to be way down. I was talking to a gentleman at one of the local marinas yesterday. And so how's the summer been? He said,
Slammed.
been great.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah.
You know, people are coming in. Instead of coming in on just the weekend and spending time and money, they're coming in on Monday and stay until Sunday. You know, they're not traveling a lot around after they get here, but they're
Right.
still coming here.
But they're coming here. And they're hitting our stores, and they're helping our tax base and everything else. We appreciate that. We
Absolutely.
really do. You know?
Visit all you want.
That's
Come on
right.
down and move if you want to. You know,
Exactly.
We'll welcome you with open
Exactly.
arms. Let's look at some numbers. We'll
So
come
many
back and
people
visit some more.
that have come here. That's how they came originally. You know, that was the deal.
Yeah, we're going to go check out this Mountain Home, Arkansas. Well, where are you moving to, Mountain Home, Arkansas?
It's pretty and generally pretty quick order, just the way it is. This week in real estate, there were 41 new listings came on the market, 2 commercial properties, 9 parcels of land, 30 homes came on the market. They range in price from $75,000 to $525,000. 3 of those had taken backups. There were 40 sales, 1 commercial property, 14 parcels of land, 25 homes sold. They range in price from $50,000 to $830,000. Average sale price this week was $226,000 with 72 days on market. Total of $5.6 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 10 properties expired, 26 had price changes. We're at 74 pendings. It's down a little bit. Currently, we're at 234 homes are on the market, so we're up 10 from last week, and it's been a pretty steady rise every week. Year to date, for 2022, there's been 689 homes have sold for $152 million. The average sale price this year is $221,000 with 85 days on market. Last year, there had been 718 homes that sold for, come back here, 718 homes that sold for $139 million. The average sale price last year was $193. That's up. Those are ticking up like $1,000 a month, a week, excuse me, with 94 days on market. So you can see the build from last year. That's 718 was a big number to be this far into the year. I mean, we had years that didn't do that in a year. You know, we were struggling to get 1,000. This year it's down a little bit from, you know, the rate is still down, but the money's still there. Prices have held, and we'll see for how long. I mean, you're seeing more price reductions, and I think that the people that need to sell, that's the way you're going to do it. You're going to have to drop the price a little bit. Because we're not seeing people looking at as many bigger homes over 400, over 350 as were before. And stuff there aren't as many lower priced homes, less expensive homes as, you know, as in the past, and those are getting bought up by investors. People are buying them. I'll make it a rental. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll buy it and flip it. Not a good time to be flipping unless you can really, really get something at a steal, and
Steals aren't
not
there.
really. They're just not there. And people come in from other places and they think that, oh, it's Mountain Home, Arkansas. House is listed for $450. Well, we'll put in an offer for $350. Really?
Yeah, you may buy it at $475 at $450.
Exactly, because there's a different, you know, there's the art of the deal, and part of the art of the deal is you make an offer. You don't insult people because they see that as a personal attack, and you try to tell them, look, Mr. Seller, this is business. It ain't personal.
Yeah.
He thinks my house is only worth about.
Yeah.
And I've had people say, I don't care if they offer me $1 million. He's never buying this house. Okay. But that's the kind, so you make an offer that you can counter, but not to the point where it's, like I say, you can't be insulting people. They just don't like that.
No.
No.
234 listings in MLS currently. Are you still hunting listings?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Always look for a
because you're always looking for something. Of those that are on there, we've still had houses that go, you see them come up. There's 8 of them or so that came up as their come up under contract within the week.
Before they even hit the book?
Yeah, before they hit the book. So, I mean, we did that with one this week. We didn't know that it was going to happen that way, just the way it went. So it's not unusual to do that. There's still enough people looking that if the home is priced right, and the right location, there's things that click the boxes for people.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on an acre or two, or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath closer to town, that somebody who works at the hospital can get back and forth. Some of them have time
Mm-hmm.
limits on how far they can be, or mileage limits, and that's what we're, those are the things that we run into with people. House comes up that's 800,000, it may sit for a little bit. Although there's one that popped, and it's under, in less than 2 weeks. So, there's buyers out there for everything, but it has to be something that person wants. There's a lid for every pot is the term that we've used in the past. When things weren't as good, it's just a matter of getting the right person in the right place. When you could show them 10, 12, 14 houses, which in retrospect was like really stupid, but there's ways to get around that now. People are looking online. They know when they come here pretty much what it is they're looking for. When we'll go into the office, we'll sit down and show them what it looks like, because people are doing it on their phone. The pictures and your perception of things isn't the same. So sit them down in the office. I got a nice big flat screen in the office, and I can blow everything up.
The days of having to flip through the old MLS book and filling your
God.
car up on a Saturday morning and say, okay, I'll see you whenever, and go load up and go look at 12 houses all over God's green earth.
Yeah, printing all this stuff up and handouts and everything. And I would tell them, write everything down, right on the back of this thing, what it is you like, what you don't like, because you're going to say, the one that had the pink bathroom, I'm going to go, I don't have a clue what house you're talking about. Way too many of them.
Hand me back this brochure, and I'll
say, here, this one here that had, what about this? What can we find out, this or that? The taxes, whatever the case may be.
Things in the real estate world are strong.
Yes.
It affects the whole economy of our area. We've talked about that a dozen times.
Yep.
People are coming here from all over. Are you noticing one area coming this way more than another?
It's kind of, it seems like you'll get a bunch from one place and a bunch from another place, and there is no real rhyme or reason to it. But Texas is steady, Louisiana is steady, California, Colorado, just, they know we're here.
If you're coming from the West Coast, we welcome you. Leave your politics
Leave your
at home.
politics at the door. That's true.
Leave
That's
it at
true,
the
and that's why everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
And those that we've got a couple that came here from California, and they live in Marion County, and then they're involved with us in the Republican committee over there, and they're like that. They're like, no, don't. We got somebody who's coming in from some town, whatever. And no, don't let them in. They're not. That's not good. That's not good over there. If they're from this area, yeah, probably okay. But if they're from here, no.
Well, contrary to popular belief, we do not have a background check before
No,
we move to Arkansas.
no, that's what we. That's what it's like, dude. Really? well, I don't want to. Yeah, okay. We'll be fine.
How do they reach you?
Best thing to do is call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net. Best thing to do is give her a call, because she keeps where everybody's supposed to be, whether it's myself or Sam, Darlene Clark, April Bentley, Reese Tubbs, the legendary Reese Tubbs. She gets them where they're supposed to be, gets me where I'm supposed to be. So that's what she does.
There you go.
Thank God.
It's been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora of the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Realtors you would recommend to your friends, and I always say they're always busy, but never too busy to help you.
True.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back in just a moment.